Welcome back, YouTube. This is another How to Defend Cheese. This is the mighty Hupsaiya coming at you with some more knowledge on how to defeat filthy, disgusting clowns on the ladder who are trying to steal your ladder points. In this game, I'm going for a hatch block on my opponent's natural. I'm building my pylon with a secondary probe. I make my gateway. I come here. It's a little bit of an important note, actually. I'm going to go back just a couple seconds. When my probe scout gets here, I'm looking at it because there's nothing else to do right now. I know he did not send a drone to the natural. He just didn't. You just know that he doesn't have a drone sent to the natural. The drone leaves their base at about 1 minute and 45 seconds if it's going to leave their base. So, at this point, I'm suspicious. Like, is this guy pool firsting me? That would suck. So 1 minute, around 1 minute, we build our second gas geyser. We go back in with the probe. We're like, what's this guy doing? Hey, there's a spawning pool. Illegal. Okay, so first off, I want to note, he's not using the larva, okay? That was one of the things I looked at, and I was like, why is he not using his larva? And then I look back at my base, and lo and behold, here's why he's not using his larva. It's because he's proxy hatching me. So, standard response to proxy hatch, you pull 4 or 5 probes, okay? 4 or 5 probes, you pull them to wherever the hatchery is, and you just tell them to beat the hell out of that hatchery's guts. You're just like, you're beating its guts up, okay? Because listen, that's what Zerg units are. They're just a pile of guts, right? We make our second pylon right away. I'm going to go back just a couple of seconds so that we can look at this again because it all happened really fast. I come in here. Here's the spawning pool first. I'm like, oh shit. What's he doing, right? There's the proxy hatch. I'm like, oh no. I pull 4 probes. We send them to the natural. We make our second pylon right now, right? Like right when you pull those probes, you make your second pylon, okay? Because it's very important that after this first zealot is done, we make a second one. Because you'll notice I'm at 22 out of 23 supply right now. So if I want to keep making probes and make zealots, we got to get that second pylon right away. So we make our cybernetic score as quickly as possible, right? As quickly as possible. We got our probes beating up this hatchery. Our probe scout out on the map. Very important. Don't let this guy die. He's going to give you the information you need to know if your opponent is super all in or not. I'm a little unlucky, okay? I'm a little unlucky. I send this probe in for the rescout a little bit late. Okay? I'm a little bit late with the probe rescout. So I'm sending the probe scout in to rescout right now, and we just barely don't pass them by, right? I'm going to go back, and I'm going to tell you the perfect time that you should probe scout, okay? Your first zealot finishes, right? Your first zealot finishes, you go in. That's when. Your zealot's about to finish, you go in right now with the probe scout. And you'll see all of these fucking drones on the way to your base, okay? So I start the second zealot right away. Start that second zealot right away, okay? I'm coming in here, and I'm like, oh no, there's no hatchery. So I know he's all in. He's fully all in. He's got no plans to continue out of this. So my cybernetics core finishes, and I make a shield battery immediately. You're going to notice there's like no downtime on my building of a shield battery, okay? And then we use our second chrono boost on the gateway. This is like right as we got it, right? There was 2 seconds ago we could have chrono boosted, but right away we throw our second chrono boost, and we have probes down here to fight with. And because we have probes down here to fight with, he's a little screwed, right? So we pull all the rest of the probes to the natural, and because our opponent makes a little bit of a mistake, he lets our zealots get out of here. He lets our zealots get out of here, and it buys us time for our other probes to get to the natural. You notice I put my zealots over here in this little spot where he can't get surrounded. And then our adept finishes. And really, it's just a simple hold from this point, right? It's just a simple hold from this point. And I did this defense blind, right? I did this defense blind. So a big note about this is that my opponent proxy hatcheried me. And I pulled probes to kill the proxy hatchery. So when he came in here to fight with his Zerglings and his drones, I already have 4 probes down here. So this is like a very lucky thing for me that he's just doing what amounts to like a bad build. Imagine if he had not hatchery blocked me, right? If he had not hatchery blocked me, I would have the full wall off, but I wouldn't have these probes down here to help me, right? You see, look at how much damage these probes absorb. And look at them get in the way of the Zerglings, right? They're just in the way. They're in the way, and they block up his units so that he can't get a good surround on us. So, from the perspective of not getting proxy hatched, right? If you didn't get proxy hatched, what I talked about earlier with scouting for the move out of the drones is very much so more important, okay? So we're going to see, right? Right when our opponent pulls the drones, right? 138, our zealot is almost finished. So you could just say to yourself, when I start my cybernetics core, I'm going to send my probe back into the Zerg player's base. And if I had done that right now, I would run right into his drones, okay? I would run right into his drones. And then what we could do is we could full wall behind our zealot, right? If our cybernetics core was here, our zealot was in the wall off, we could full wall behind our zealot, and then you just get an adept as quickly as possible behind the wall off, and it's really difficult for the Zerg player to win with this all in. If this was helpful or instructive, please let me know down in the comment section. I appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching.